Alright, and welcome to part 2 of our Let's Play Romance of the Three Kingdoms 11 with me, your host, Metal Hunter. So to start off here, we've just got our strategist, Zhou Yu, going through some of the basic stuff, letting us know that we don't have any rival forces or allies in this particular scenario. I believe that's standard for everyone in Rise of Heroes. Just letting us know we have to pay our officers. Gold comes in monthly, and we harvest every season, and careful not to run into any shortages, and the last one standing on the continent wins. So to begin with, it looks like we are at a disadvantage troop-wise. We've only got 20,000 troops here in Lijiang, and just to the north we've got Yuanshu with 42,000. Next door here in Jiangxia we've got 36,000 underneath Guangqijiang, and just across the river here at Jianye, Liu Yong has 40,000. So we're going to need to make that up. It's not a big deal. A lot of these guys, like here, Liu Yong's got 5 officers. Guangqijiang has only 15. Yuanshu, I think, has, 17. We've got 51, so we'll easily be able to make that up. We've got some skills associated with our officers that allow us to get up there quickly as well. One of our officers has fame, which will allow us to recruit troops more quickly. And we've also got a really good civil officer to start off with here, Lu Su. I'm going to quickly bring him up and show you here. He has the wealth skill, which is going to allow us to make 50% more gold from our income. So normally what people would do is split their developing between farms and markets and get a little bit of food and a little bit of money. We're not going to be doing that. We're going to go with 100% markets, and then we're going to use our cash to buy the food that we need just so we can squeeze the most out of this wealth skill. And it's going to allow us to kind of just build up resources a little bit more quickly than we normally would. So to start off, we can't really do anything. We can't recruit troops. All of our development slots are empty. That's what these are here. Every city has these. The size of the city will depend on how many you have. We have, I believe, 15 here. Some of the larger cities can get up towards 22, and some of the smaller ones have even as little as 10. But so we're going to go ahead and start developing here. This is the list of things that we can develop. We're going to be going with actually a mint to start. The mints output or boost output of markets by 50% for anyone that is adjacent to it. It's going to take us 40 days to build that with the officers that we have assigned here. These are our best officers for the job. It kind of auto picks those for you. So 92, 91, and 89 political skill. So this is going to be done pretty fast. So we're going to take this and plunk it down right here so that we can get 5 markets around it by the time we're done. We're going to go ahead and throw down another market around there. And I would build another market, but everything's grayed out here because we have run out of action points. You get action points every turn, and I believe the number you get is based on some of the stats of your sovereign as well as the stats of your strategist, and then that's multiplied or modified by the amount of cities you have. So to start off with, we don't have very many, and the cap is around 255. So it's okay to bank some of them. You don't have to use them all every turn as long as you don't hit your cap. So we're going to go ahead and advance the turn. You can see stuff happening. We have hit points being added to our buildings, food usage happening. Alright, so now we've got 74 action points. We had 17 before, so we can build 3 more buildings. So we're going to develop another market. And we're lucky we have a lot of good officers. Even getting further down with our political skill, it's still only taking us 20 days to build these markets, which is fantastic. We have enough left to do one more. So, and then we're going to pass the turn again here. So now the guys that we're doing this market here are available to be used again. So we're going to go ahead and build another market. And because we have some spare ability points or action points, we're going to... Okay, we don't need to reward any of our officers with gold. So why don't we use some of this to search... Actually, no, let's go ahead and build here. Let's not lose any... No, it's going to take 30 days to do even the basic structure. So yeah, we will search and we'll wait for some of our better officers to finish developing what they were doing. So we're going to go ahead and search and see if we can find officers of talent. So our strategist recommends Wu Guotai to do the search. And we have found Chen Wu. So we now have the option to try and employ him or just leave him. So we're going to go with employ. He doesn't want to join us, so we have an option to do a debate here. So we're going to do that. I said I was going to show how the debates work. So we'll go ahead and do the debate. And it's showing that Wu Guotai has an Intel of 70 and Chen Wu has an Intel of 43. So this should be fairly simple. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to watch the debate. All right, so what we've got here, we've got our two participants, us with Wu Guotai and then Chen Wu, the free officer. There's a topic between the two of them, and this is what you need to be discussing in order to do damage to the other opponent. So right now the topic is time, and then these are our cards here that we can play, and these are the cards the opponent has. So if he plays his time card, he'll beat any other card we have that's a topic. So we don't have anything to go with this right now, so we might want to go with Renew, which will allow us to get new cards. As well, we have Settle, which means if he gets upset for any reason, we can settle him automatically, but we're not looking very good here, so we're actually just going to Renew and see if we can get some new cards. Alright, so we've got Time 1 and Time 2, and Bellow. Bellow will just actually basically hit them no matter what. So we're going to go ahead. I have a feeling he's going to go ahead and use Time. So we're going to Bellow and cancel out his Time and damage him even though he had the proper topic. He's got another Time. We have Time. So we're going to go with a Time 2. Hopefully override. Okay, so he's got Time 3 and we're going to get hit. So he's using his option to Renew. He's got another Time card. We'll hope it's not a good one. Alright. Oh, he got another Time. Alright. He's getting some pretty good cards compared to us here. I'm also very terrible at these, so that's also something to consider. So we're going to go with Renew here. Maybe we can grab Time in any fashion here and beat his Logic card no matter what it is. So we have 3 of them. So even, yeah, his Logic 3 isn't enough to beat the Time 2 because we're on topic. Alright, so we'll use another Time 2. Time 3. Let's hope he doesn't have an Ignore or a Bellow here. Right, okay, so it doesn't look like he has much, so we'll go with our Time 2 again. Alright, he's close to being angered. As a reckless personality, he does a damaging attack to us for free once he becomes furious, I believe. So we're just going to go with Fact 1. We're going to waste our low cards here because we don't have anything on topic and we can't Renew. So we're going to take a little bit of damage here. Alright, so he's using Logic. We have a Logic 2, so we can try and maybe hope he's only got a 2 or a 1. Okay. He's furious, but we had a Settle in our cards. So now we're going to calm him down, so we're not going to take any of the damage that we normally would have. And we're still on time here. So I played that wrong. Oh, maybe not. Alright, let's Renew and see if we can actually get some good cards here. Okay, we're going to Bellow, and I think this should actually finish the duel for us. We're going to damage him no matter what. There we go. So we're going to have Mercy, because we've won the debate. Chen Wu will join us, and if we push on, we're actually going to injure him. He's going to lose stats. We're going to crush his psyche so much, he's going to be shamed, I suppose. So we're going to have Mercy so that he doesn't take a penalty the very few first turns that we have him. So no sense pushing on there. Alright, so we're victorious in our first duel. Oh, he's become weakened anyway. If we had pushed on, he might have actually been further injured. So Wu Guotai has successfully employed Chen Wu. So, perfect. So we've got an extra general. We're up to 52 total now. And what we're going to do now is our city order is 80 out of 100. Order will determine whether bandits start showing up outside the city. They'll attack and you'll have to put them down. As well, the higher your order, the better your income is for gold and food. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do some inspections and use these 3 officers and pump it to 91. And again, we've exhausted our ability points. I'm just going to go ahead and save the game here as it does crash fairly often. So I want to avoid anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and save here and then end the turn. So 3 of our markets finished, and we've got, I think, 9 officers back in our pool to use. So we're going to go ahead and develop. We're going to go ahead and build a barracks because we need to start building troops fairly quickly here. So it's going to take us 30 days for barracks, and I'm going to put the barracks down here because it's the furthest away from the guy who will probably be attacking us the soonest, Yuan Shu up here in Shochun. The enemies can destroy your buildings with their units when they come by, so it's not in my best interest to be putting my barracks close to where his units can get to it. So we're going to go ahead and put it down here. And we're also going to develop a smith while we're at it, I believe. Yeah, 40 days for a smith. I think we can normally do it in 30, but we're going to go ahead and do 40 days. That's fine. So we'll put the smith down here as well. And I believe we still have no one to reward. Even Chen Wu is loyal now that we've recruited him. Let's go ahead and develop another market. I'm going to start throwing these down here. We're going to eventually put another mint in here when the first one is finished. And we'll pass the turn. Alright, there we go. So the guys doing the original mint have finished, and we'll get them to start up on a second one here. We'll finish these markets off. 30, don't want to do that. So let's inspect again, bring our order up to 100, and then maybe search. Nope, we're out of ability points again. So alright, so we're done another market. And then I believe this smith should be done in 1 or 2 more turns here. I can't remember which turn it was. We built it already. Let's search for another officer here. So she's found Chen Biao. He's got some okay stats. He's an okay political officer. Beguile's an okay skill. I don't use it very well. I'm going to have to try and learn for this playthrough because one of our top generals, Lu Meng, has Beguile, so maybe I'll learn how to use it a little bit better. Might as well try and employ him. He doesn't want to serve us, so we'll debate. He's got a higher intel than Wu Guotai, but we will try and persuade through debate. I'm not going to watch the debate, and I have a feeling she's going to fail here. Yeah, unfortunately, I am afraid I failed to employ Chen Biao. So he'll be a free officer. We can actually see him in the section here. Chen Biao, he's not associated with our force, but he is visible now to other people on the map, so they can try and recruit him. And we could possibly try and employ him now out of the employment screen. So unfortunately, we don't have anyone who can really bring him into the fold right now. So we're going to go ahead and drill while we have a little bit of opportunity, I think. Or can we build them? Yeah, market in 30 days isn't worth it. So let's go ahead and drill. Get our troop willpower up to 95. Willpower determines how well the unit performs on the field and how many tactics they can use, which is something we'll do later on. All right, so we'll pass the turn again. There we go. So our barracks is done. Another market is finished. So here's where we start actually recruiting our troops. I don't know if any... Yeah, Yuan Shu has finished his barracks as well, so he could be recruiting. I have a feeling we're going to get attacked within the next 2 months, probably. Oh, I should explain how the time works in the game here. The date is up here. We're in the year 251, which is just where they've set it for Rise of Heroes. And, oh, it looks like we're getting to the end of the video here. I kind of wanted to keep it a little short, but I'll finish explaining the date and then I'll end this video and we'll move on with the next one as we start recruiting troops to attack. We're in the 3rd month here, I believe it is. Yeah, the 3rd month and the first day. Every turn is 10 days. So the next turn will be the 11th of March, and then the 21st of March, and then it'll go to the 1st of April. Every month you collect your incomes, and every season you collect food, and the seasons happen on the 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th month every year. So when I say I expect to be attacked in the next 2 months, that's in the next 6 turns, I believe. So maybe it won't be quite that soon now that I think about it, but it's probably in the next, say, 3 or 4 months we're going to get attacked by Yuan Shu, I have a feeling, which suits me just fine since he's got a really good officer we're after anyway. He's got an officer by the name of Jiling who has been given quite a boost in this series, the X series. He had no skill previous, and now he's been given the Spear General skill. He's got a War of 94 and a Leadership of 86, so he's just awesome at commanding Spear units. Spear General is a really good skill. Some guys can't take advantage of it because they've got a lower war skill. What this does here is it says it gives a stronger spear attack versus a weak unit, and weak unit in this case means a unit that has an officer with a lower war than this general. So if you've got a guy that's a spear general with an 82 war, he might not be so good. But this guy has a 94, so he's got a higher war than a lot of generals in the game, so he's automatically going to be getting criticals on his spear tactics. And one of the best tactics in the game is a spear tactic called Rush, because when it crits, the unit you hit with it becomes confused. So this guy is really good to have. He can lock down enemy units. And so if Yuan Shu attacks us, we'll wipe his units out in the field and then push on and take the siege to his city and hopefully steal all of his officers as soon as we can. So we've developed the economy a little bit, and we're going to start recruiting some troops shortly here. So I'm going to end the video, and we'll start recruiting and hopefully mobilizing for war in the next video. Thanks.